You know, death starts from your legs. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when you have tight calves, especially if you have this right here, okay, what is this right here? This right here is a medical condition called Achilles Tendinitis. You see how my tendon is right here bulging? That is a medical condition that can lead to death. Okay? It's called Achilles, and a lot of people don't even realize it. They just think it's, oh, that's just from running or that's from working out. No, that is a pathological process that occurs in athletes where you get inflammation of your Achilles tendon because you've been training too much and your body cannot compensate with the amount of inflammation. And so then the tendon becomes more and more inflamed, and eventually what happens? You get this right here, which is called a spur. So you develop this bony growth because your body is trying to adapt to this high amount of stress that is being placed on these tendons. Okay? So it's like calluses on the bottom of your feet. You get calluses on the bottom of your feet because you're putting a lot of pressure and stress on those areas. So your body adapts and it thickens the skin. Same thing happens with the tendons. When you put a lot of stress and pressure on your tendons, your body will actually change the structure of the tendon and make it thicker. But it also can form these spurs. Okay? These are spurs. You can see them on the heel bone right here. You can also get them along the bottom of your foot, along the bottom of your tibia. Okay, so this is very, very common. Now, why is this important? Because this is a sign of imbalance in the body. Okay, this is a sign that there's something going on, that your body is compensating. And death does start at your feet, especially with conditions like this. Because when you have this condition, guess what? You have nerve entrapment. You're going to have a shortening of your calf muscles. You're going to have all sorts of things that are going to be happening neurologically. The nerves are going to be affected. So we need to look at the whole entire body when we find a problem in one area. We always have to look at the whole entire body. And so sometimes people come into the office and they say, well, you know, I hurt my ankle, or I hurt my knee, or I hurt my back. Okay, fine. But we have to always look at the whole entire body, because there's always an imbalance somewhere else. That S creating this problem in another area. The top 3 foods that you should consume to prevent leg cramps. Okay? And I'm talking about the type of leg cramps that you get at night. You get these painful cramps right here. What are they? These are called Charlie horses. These are called muscle cramps. You can also get cramps in your feet. You can get cramps in your hands. But let us talk about the legs, because the legs are the most common area that you get these cramps. And there's actually several things that can cause them. You can get them if you're low in potassium, magnesium, or calcium. However, it's not really a true deficiency. What it is just a low amount of these minerals inside the cells. Okay, if you go and you get a blood test and you look at the levels of potassium, magnesium, and calcium in the blood, it may be normal. So it's not really a deficiency, it's a functional type problem. The next thing that can create cramps is dehydration. So, if you're dehydrated, you can get cramps. Now, there's a condition called edema, which means you have swelling in your lower extremities. Okay? So you can have swelling in your feet and your legs, and that can also cause cramps. And then you can also get cramps if you're consuming too much sugar. So these are the different causes for cramps. So let's talk about the 3 foods that you should consume to help prevent these cramps. No! 1. Leafy greens. Okay, such as spinach, arugula, kale. All of these green leafy vegetables are loaded with potassium and magnesium. But I want to point out something about the phytic acid in these vegetables. In order for you to absorb the potassium and the magnesium, you need to cook them. So you need to steam them, boil them, bake them, roast them, do something to them so that you can break down the phytic acid so you can absorb the minerals. If you eat these raw, you're not going to be able to absorb the minerals. So make sure you cook these greens. All right. No. 2 is bananas. Okay, I'm talking about the green bananas, the unripe bananas. Once a banana ripens, the sugar goes up, and you'll have a rapid spike in your blood sugars. But the green bananas are loaded with both potassium and magnesium. Now, the next food that you need to consume is avocados. And we're talking about a certain type of avocado. You want an avocado that has a big seed in the middle? Okay, that's dark. So you look at this avocado right here. Look at the size of this seed. That is what you want? You want a large seed? Sometimes you get these avocados that are really small. It's like the size of the seed is like half the size of the actual avocado. That avocado is not good. It is not gone. Nah, have as many nutrients as one that has a big, large seed in the center. Okay, avocados are loaded with potassium. One medium-sized avocado has 482 milligrams of potassium. So that's a lot of potassium. But here's the thing about avocados. There is two different types of avocados. You have the thin-skinned, and then you have the thick-skinned. The thin-skinned avocado is the one that's usually found in the grocery stores. The thicker-skinned avocado is the Hass avocado. And it's really hard to get these. They only grow them in certain regions. And this is the type of avocado that you want to consume if you're getting avocados. And I'm going to show you a couple pictures of this type of avocado. It's very difficult to get this avocado. It's very hard to find. It's very expensive. But if you can get your hands on these avocados, they're definitely worth it. Now, the reason why I'm telling you about this is because I'm from California. We used to grow these Hass avocados on our family farm. Okay, so I know about this avocado. It's just very hard to find this avocado. They only grow it in certain regions now. So just look for avocados that are harder to get, harder to harvest. And the Hass avocado is the one that you're looking for. So these are 3 foods that you should consume to prevent leg cramps. Now, if you haven't seen my video on why you have spider veins, varicose veins, I put that video up right here. Check it out.